Hi friends, welcome back to another video. I hope you're at home nice and toasty warm because I have my window open right here next to me. That's why I'm a little bit bright. And it is snowing and it is beautiful January day, and I just wanted to jump on here and do a what sold video with you guys. I'm doing quite a bit of ship with me's, which you guys really like, but I've also had people in the comments being like, I like the what sold videos, so please do some what sold videos. In these videos, if you are not familiar, first of all, welcome. My name is Maria. I'm a part-time reseller on eBay and Poshmark, and in these what sold videos, I like to go through a week of sales, and I'm going to tell you any little detail you could ever ask for. And if there is a detail that I'm not telling you, ask for it. Ask for it down in the comments and I'll try to work that in next time around. But yeah, I'm going to go through every single day. I'm going to tell you what sold. I'm going to tell you the platform it sold on. I'm going to tell you what it sold for, where I got it, how much I paid for it, how long it's been listed. That's one that everyone likes hearing because that's really, really a true testament of whether it was a good pickup or not, in my opinion. And then of course, we're going to talk about the profit I made on each item as well as the total profit for the week at the end of the video. For the purpose of the video, quick disclaimer, my profit includes everything after promoted fees, shipping, what else could there be? Discounts, coupons, blah, 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 blah. Everything except taxes that I will do collectively at the end of the year. So in today's video, we are going to talk about the sales from Sunday, January 12th, all the way through Saturday, January 18th. I think I've mentioned in a couple of my recent videos that I've been having a pretty slow start to the sales year. Just to be honest, fully transparent, I never want to sugarcoat it for you guys because I know sometimes it's easy for the internet to make something look like it's amazing and fantastic. I've had really slow sales for the first couple weeks of January. Now, I did have my stores off for like a week or two while I was in Ohio over the holidays. So I kind of expect it to be a little bit of a slump out of that. The good thing is this week was not like a amazing week, but it was kind of back to normal. So I appreciate that. And I'm hoping that this is kind of a trend moving forward because I am listing a lot. I've been sourcing a lot, as you have seen from my videos. So I'm really hoping that in this year, we can kick up the volume of sales that I have going out. Quick plea, if you are watching my videos but not yet subscribed, please take a minute to do so down below. I'm on my way to 10,000 subscribers, and I've had a lot of more views and subscribers recently, a lot of more traction on my channel, which I'm so thankful for. So if you could just double check, give me a subscribe, and then let's go talk about my sales. So on Sunday, to kick off the sales week, I had 3 sales, and the first was on Poshmark, and it was a really good one. I was so thankful to see this one come in. It was this Tadashi Shoji collection, little black dress, halter, shutter pleated cocktail in a women's large. If you're not familiar with the term shuttle pleats, take a look at the picture. That's a great keyword to use, especially for Tadashi Shoji uses a bunch of them. Adriana Papel frequently uses them. I think Diane von Furstenberg. So it's a good keyword. It's just kind of a classic style. But this ended up selling full price for $75. Tadashi Shoji, sometimes it's listed as Tadashi Shoji. Sometimes the tag is just Tadashi. Sometimes it's Shoji. They've been a bit all over the place throughout the years. This is definitely a vintagey. It's an older tag. It's not their modern tag. I've sold some of their modern clothes really well. So for this to sell full price for $75 on Poshmark, kind of surprised me, but I was, very happy with it. I got this at a Prime thrift store. I do a lot of thrift with these on my channel at that store. My average cost of goods that day was $4.47. I will be talking about average cost of goods for every single item as we go through, unless I tell you differently for some reason, and I'll tell you why. This was listed for 88 days, and I made $55.53. Tadashi Shoji is one of those brands that if I find it in good condition and it's not like totally jacked up, price-wise, I will usually grab it. Also, my curtain bangs are so long and I need to get a haircut, but I'm like a 1 or 2 haircut a year kind of girly because it takes forever and I just never schedule it. Anyway, I need to get my haircut at some point. So if I'm playing with my bangs throughout this video, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to keep it behind my ear, but it keeps just okay, you don't care. You don't want to know. Next for my sales was this. Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry. It was out of order. Okay. Is this vintage Justin McClintock for gunny sacks, red, white, polka dot, twirl dress in a size small. You're probably most familiar with the Jessica McClintock gunny sacks dress that are like the big maxi prairie dresses. I have never found one of those. It is on my reselling bucket list. Those sell for hundreds. She also has a lot of dresses that are in like the 70s, 80s, 90s era that are kind of the same vibe and style. So I grabbed this one. It has been sitting for a while though. So full disclosure, you'll see that it sold on Poshmark for $45. I got this at a local thrift store that does dollar days near me. That's very rare to find near me, so I love that they do dollar days. But it was listed for 298 days, but I made $32.98. This was adorable. It fit me so well. Not that I had an occasion to wear it, but oh well. Over on eBay, I had one of those, like, it made me like $2, you'll see, but I was so happy it sold. So happy it sold. And that was this J. Crew Broken in Tee navy blue t-shirt, slim fit shirt, 100% cotton in a men's small. This I picked up at the swap meet for my husband potentially, and he ended up passing on it. So I'm like, this is a J. Crew t-shirt. Do I redonate it? Do I give it back to the swap meet? What do I do with this? I ended up listing it for like $14, something like that. And I got an offer for $8, and I was like, yes, absolutely. You can have this for $8. I paid $0 into it since I got it from that free swap meet. It was only listed for 70 days, and I made $6.71. So I'm not out here advocating that you list every J. Crew t-shirt that you have, but this was in my house. It came to me. I needed a place for it to go, and it did sell, and it sold decently quickly. Moving on to Monday, I only had 2 sales, and they were both on eBay. The first were these Avenger black work boots, safety toe, composite toe work shoes, and these were like heavy. I was so good to get these out of my inventory. You see, I have limited shoe storage. I have a bit more in my basement, and so big bulky boots are really, really, I get really excited when I move them out. I had these listed on eBay for $75. I'm pretty much always running a 20% off sale, and so these were available for sale for $60, and somebody scooped them up at that price, full price. Also, I didn't mention this at the beginning, but I do have the buyer pay shipping for everything on eBay. So for instance, for this one, the buyer paid $14.99 in shipping. Again, they were steel toe, they were heavy. I don't do calculated shipping. I just have a flat rate depending on the weight. These were given to me. I got them free from a neighbor, and so I had $0 into them. And they were listed for 235 days, and I made $57.89. This is also redeeming because I sold these once on Poshmark, but then got the immediate payment can't process thing, and I messaged the person a couple times, and they never paid for it. And then he finally messaged me. He was like, "Oh, I did it by accident." So I was like, "No, you didn't. No, you didn't." But oh well. So I'm glad to finally get them out of my house. Next on eBay was this J. Jill Love Linen, 100% linen, floral, paisley, white, orange tank top blouse, small. I accepted an offer on eBay for $15. That was a little low comparatively to what I had it listed for because it was 100% linen. However, it's been listed for a while, so I was happy to take that offer. I did get it at a Goodwill retail store, so I probably paid $5 or so for this, but that store was when I was visiting Ohio a little while ago, and they actually do have coupon discounts. My store does not have coupon discounts here in Maryland. So my average cost of goods that day was only $3.03, but it was listed for 308 days, and I made $8.99. So almost a year. It was a small size for J. Jill. J. Jill, the larger sizes absolutely do better in my experience. Moving on to Tuesday, the 14th of January, the sales picked up a little bit. I had 6 sales, 2 on Poshmark and 4 on eBay. First on Poshmark was this Rag & Bone Kate mid-rise ankle skinny jeans, medium wash, and women's 27. Rag & Bone I was picking up all the time, but it definitely sells slow. When it does sell for me, it can sell for a decent sales price, but I need to be more selective in Rag & Bone. This is a reminder to me that I need to be more selective. So I got a $35 offer on Poshmark, which I did accept. Got it at Prime Thrift. My average cost of goods was $5.87. It was listed for 149 days, and I made $22.13. Second on Poshmark were these Kamek Snow Angel Black Pink Winter Tall Snow Boots. Oh, I put snow boots with one word and then snow space boots, so you never know how people are going to type it in. Fleece lined in a girl's size youth 2. These, for any loyal watchers of the channel, I got in my recent Thriftsmith series. If you haven't seen Thriftsmith, I'll have the entire playlist linked down below. But I went to my closest Goodwill every single day for the first 12 days of December to see what we could find. And this is one of the things I picked up. These are never going to sell super, super high, but they always sell consistently. So I think I had these listed at $35, and I got a $20 offer on Poshmark, which I did accept because I don't want to hold on to them into spring and summer. I was hoping to get a little bit more, closer to 25 or 30, because these were so nice. But again, I'm really, 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 really looking to just move items quickly. That is going to be the theme of this video. I'm sorry if you get sick of me hearing, oh, well, this is why I accepted a low offer. But I'm trying to get myself into the headspace for this calendar year that I just need to sell stuff. Like, I need to be more competitive with my prices. I need to be more competitive with my sales, and I need to be more accepting of offers. That is my motto. I have a store of around 1,400 listed items right now, and I don't want that to creep up too much higher if I have a lot of inventory that's stale. I want to move that inventory out. So my average cost of goods at Goodwill that day of Thriftsmith was $5.10. These were only listed for 11 days, and I made $10.90. Over to eBay, the first item was this Panache black sports bra, padded cups, comfort straps, women's, and the size is cut off with the screen I'm looking at least. So Panache, put this in your bolo notebooks if you want to. I have sold this sports bra a few times now. I have sold this intimates line a couple times now, and it seems to sell really well. So if you see Panache out in the wild, give it a look up or grab it. This sold for $23.99 on eBay. I also got this for a neighbor for free, so I had $0 into it. And it was listed for 126 days, and I made $18.61. This is also one that had a lot of traction. It was getting a lot of likes on Poshmark. It was getting a lot of watchers on eBay. So I think the brand is probably pretty sought after. This one was so pretty, and it is this mini Bowden dress, ditzy floral, purple tiered, ruffle trimmed, toddler girls, size 3 to 4 youth. I loved it. It was purple, it was floral, it was absolutely adorable. I hope some little girl has the best time in this dress. Yes, I sold it really low, but I don't know. I wanted to move stuff out. I had been having really slow sales, and I really wanted to have a better week this week. I think I had this listed for $29.99, and I accepted $15. I did get this at 2nd Avenue. It was in a thrift with me, if you're recognizing this. My average cost of goods that day was $6.93 because I had some higher end items. I think I paid maybe $4 or so. So that's skewing my profit a little bit, but that's how I do it, and that's okay. This also did sell in a day, which is fantastic. And I made $4.62, but I rescued it from the thrift store, and hopefully a little girl has the best time in it. Speaking of little girls, the next is this Jerry Performance Snow Pants Bibs, removable suspenders, black, pink snow pants in a size 7-8. I accepted an offer on eBay for $18.50 for these. I got them at the same thrift store that does dollar days. It just wasn't on a dollar day. My average cost of goods was $3.59. They were listed for 218 days, which was another reason why I wanted to accept that offer. I think at this point they were priced at $24.99. I might have started it closer to $30 or $35 at some point, but I did not want them to sit in that closet or hang in that closet for another entire year. So I got them moving out, and I made $13.16. I have sold these Jerry snow pants between like $15 and $30, probably almost 5 times, and they always sell. So keep an eye out for them. My last item on eBay was this Gretchen Scott wash and wear breezy blouse and shirt dress orange. I found this, I think it was my second to last day of Thriftsmith. It was the one that was titled like my biggest haul yet, because I found so much stuff, and then he brought out a new cart, and I just took like half the rack with me because there was so much good stuff in it. But this sold on eBay for $44. So Gretchen Scott, keep an eye out for it. I've only found it a couple times, but it's sold well every time that I have found it. My average cost of goods that day was $5.79. I do remember paying $8.49 for it, just if you're curious, but $5.79 for my cost of goods here. It was only listed for 3 days, and I made $29.54. For Wednesday, January 15th, I had 5 sales, 1 on Poshmark and 4 on eBay. So if you're seeing a trend, eBay was definitely outpacing Poshmark at this point. But on Poshmark, my first sale was this White House Black Market slim ankle classic white trouser pants in a Ponte knit size 8. These sold for $23. I had them priced at $25. I did relist these recently. I've been saying in my videos that I try to list 5 new items every single day. Remember, I'm a part-time reseller, so this is after my kids are in bed. I list 5 new items, and then I've been relisting and sell-similaring on eBay 10 items on each platform. I have really been trying to get my old inventory out, so I have been still doing at least 5 listings or more if I have time, as well as doing the relisting and sell-similaring. I'm just gonna make that a verb. Of 20 items, and I'm really trying to get some old inventory out. So when I did that, I also am trying to reevaluate the price, per usual, please make sure you're doing that. And so I had bumped these down, I think, to $25. So the $23 was a Posher VA offer. I do use Posher VA to help with Poshmark. And so wait, that math doesn't work. I was going to say that that was a 10% off discount, but if they were 25, that would have been 22. So maybe this was just an offer. I'm sorry that I'm not remembering. But they sold for $23, one way or another. I got these at the bins, and I remember that day being a bit slow. I think it was at the Baltimore bins, which is one of my least favorite bins location. They don't put out a lot of inventory. So I was really kind of, grabbing at straws to try to get stuff in this haul. Other days at other bins locations, I probably would have left these behind. But I paid, my average cost of goods that day was $1.39. They were listed for 135 days, and I made $17.01. Anecdotally, I have another pair of these same pants, but they're in black and they're in a much smaller size. I actually grabbed them maybe at the swap meet or at the bins because I was hoping they would fit me and I could wear them to work. They didn't work for me, so I listed them, and those are still listed. They have not yet sold. The other 4 items on this day were all on eBay. So the first were these American Eagle green camo baggy joggers pants, jeans, military women's. The size is cut off, but I think they were like an 18-20. They were a plus size. These sold for $19.99. I had them listed for $24.99. 20% off offer made them $19.99. I also got these, if you can tell, I got a bulk thing of stuff from a neighbor, and I ended up listing quite a bit of it. So I got them for free. It was nice of her to give them to me. These were only listed for 7 days. I really thought these would do well. American Eagle, pants, denim, really anything in plus sizes usually sells a bit faster for me. It doesn't necessarily sell for more money. I don't list it for more money. I list it the same price as I would a smaller size, but it tends to sell faster because I don't think it's as saturated out there on the market. So it was only listed for a week, and I made $17.37. I listed another pair of American Eagle jeans that same day. They are like a blue pull-on pant, and those have not yet sold, but they've also been getting a lot of interest. So fingers crossed those sell soon. Okay, this one, I'm a little bit sad, and I'll tell you why, but let me read off what it is first. And it is this Ann Taylor Loft black stretch jersey knit athleisure dress, knee length, and a size small. I think I also got this one. I got in a bag of clothes that I was getting for myself from my neighborhood, like free cycle type group, and I kept a lot of the stuff for myself, and then a few of the things I just didn't need or want. And a lot of them I ended up donating or putting them back onto the group. This Ann Taylor one, I was like, maybe I could put it on eBay and see if somebody wants it. So I did end up listing it. I didn't list it very high, obviously. So when this sold for $15, I was pretty happy about that. I got it for $0, so that's great. But it's been listed for 265 days, and I made $11.36. The reason why I said I'm sad is because when I woke up this morning, I woke up to a return request, which was automatically approved because I do accept eBay returns, but the buyer has to pay shipping, and it said that it didn't fit. So I didn't do anything wrong. It just doesn't fit, and it is on its way back to me, assuming the person actually ships it. So I'll get it relisted. I'll probably list it even cheaper in the hopes that somebody will buy it and it won't be listed for almost a year again. But I certainly would never have sourced that to resell. Third thing on eBay were these Talbots, the weekend chinos, white trouser pants, and a women's petite 16. These sold for $16.01. That was also an offer I accepted. I like when they do the $16.01, probably because they were like $4.99 or $5.99 shipping, so it makes it a nice round number for the buyer. I got it at Prime Thrift. My average cost of goods was $5.31. I probably paid only a couple dollars for these, or I would have left them behind. I like selling Talbots, but I'll only get them for a couple dollars, bins prices, dollar days, things like that. These sold after 52 days, and I made $16.60. Talbot's pants do pretty well for me, especially in the larger sizes. Last on eBay for this day was a little bit of an experiment item, and if you remember these are the Mugsy Jeans Olive Brown Chino Pants Casual Trousers Stretch. These, I accepted a $26 offer. Again, I probably could have, I re-looked at comps before I accepted the offer just because I wanted to check myself, and I was seeing sales at this kind of level, but I was also seeing probably the majority of sales in the 30s, and then I was seeing a few in the 40s. I was seeing a few in the 20s, most in the 30s, and a few in the 40s. And I was like, you know what? We need sales. I really need to like get the algorithm going. So I accepted it for $26. I got these at Second Avenue in a recent thrift with me. It's the same day that I got that mini Bowden dress. They were listed for 4 days and I made $14.63. So what this does tell me though is that Mugsy pants can sell. It was my first time finding this brand. I do have a second pair listed. They have not yet sold, and I'll keep an eye out for them in the future. That moves us to Thursday, January 16th. I had 5 sales, 3 on Poshmark and 2 on eBay. On Poshmark, I sold these new with tags Lulu's chic business gray high-waisted trouser pants in a women's medium. I grabbed these because they were really cheap and because they were new with tags. I would not have paid normal Goodwill, prices for these, but they did sell for $22. I do remember that being, I had relisted them recently. I lowered the price down to $25, and then they got my 10% off offer, which is kind of chipping. So $22. I got them at the local Dollar Day thrift store for $1, but they were listed for 305 days. So they took almost a year to sell, and I made $14.58. There was a time I was grabbing everything Lulu's. I'm trying to be much more careful, but when it's $1 and it's new with tags, it's really hard not to. Next was this Brooks Brothers linen blend blue button-down pullover knit sweater in a men's medium. Another one, I accepted an offer because I really wanted sales. Probably could have held out for a bit longer and gotten a higher value, but that is okay. I accepted a $20 offer on Poshmark for this. I think I found this in a Thriftsmith video, kind of towards the beginning of Thriftsmith, if I'm remembering correctly. So I got it at Goodwill. My average cost of goods was $6.34. These were listed for 43 days, and I made $9.66. Last on Poshmark was a great sale, and it were these BOC Born Concepts black leather clogs, mules, Western and women's 8. These sold for $31. I had them listed at $35. They got my Posture BA offer of 10% off with discounted shipping, and they accepted it. I got these at the bins in Colorado Springs. I did that haul back in October, but I hadn't listed everything, and I just recently posted the videos on my channel. So if you haven't watched that, go back and watch those. I have a thrift with me and a haul. And I finally got these listed. So my average cost of the bins that day was $1.94. I trucked them all the way in my suitcase on the airplane back to Maryland, got them listed. They were listed for 13 days, and I made $20.84. Born and BOC continue to be really solid sellers for me. On eBay, my 2 items this day were both Hannah Anderson sales, which was kind of fun. The first was this new with tags Hannah Anderson beanie, flower power black colorful pom-pom hat. Well, first of all, this sold for $15. I woke up to the sale, I think like in the middle of the night. I went to the bathroom, and toxic, don't do this, but I checked my phone to see if I had any sales. I don't recommend that. But I accepted a $15 offer, and I got this at a garage sale. I have my average cost of goods at $0 because I know I say this in every video, but if I sell something to Once Upon a Child, my kids' clothes, I just use that cash and spend it right at garage sales, so I counted as $0. But I do happen to remember I paid $1 for this hat. It was listed for 240 days, and I made $12.46. The next was this Hannah Anderson red dragonfly dress casual play twirl toddler girls. The size is cut off, but it was little, I think maybe like 3 or 4. I accepted a $10 offer. That was one I had to stomach. Also, I had this listed, I think like $29.99. I might have reduced it down to like $24.99 by then. Really wanted sales. This also did have a spot. It was very, very small, but it had a spot on the front. So I don't like flawed items being in my store. I just want to move them on, and it's been listed for a little while. I'm also seeing that it was a repeat buyer, so that probably had something to do with it. I want to encourage people to come back, give people good deals. So I accepted the $10 offer. I did get this at Once Upon a Child initially. So I have my cost of goods at $0. So I probably just did a trade of what they paid me for my kids' stuff, and then I bought this. But I probably would not have paid more than a few dollars for this, even as a trade-in. It was listed for 196 days, and I made $8.58. Moving on to Friday, January 17th, I had 3 sales, and they were all on eBay. You ready for the best sale of the week? You ready? Are you sure? I'm going to show you. All right, it was this MLB Genuine Merchandise Washington Nationals red t-shirt men's. Guess how much this sold for? $6, and I could not have been happier. I got this so long ago at the beginning of my reselling career. Sports stuff, I guess, had been doing well. I never in a million years should have grabbed this, even at the bins. I only paid 87 cents for my cost of goods that day, but this was listed. It's difficult to say it out loud. I have to swallow. Here's my pride swallowing down into my esophagus. This was listed for 1,027 days. 1,000. That's what, over 3 years? But I made, guys, $3.84. Yay. Also, so I've talked about the spreadsheet that I use. It's from Ginger Marvin. Great channel. Go follow them. But they have a free spreadsheet that you can use or pay what you want. If you get some value out of it, I recommend it, supporting their channel. And I recently just did the migration from last year's 2024 spreadsheet into this year's 2025 spreadsheet. So I pulled over everything that was unsold. This was number 67 on my spreadsheet. So it is the 67th oldest item in my spreadsheet. So my husband and I kind of have this little thing where I'll be like, yay, top 100 sale. And that means it's the top 100 items in my spreadsheet, or it's the 100th, top 100th oldest items in my spreadsheet. It's gone. It's out of my life. Okay, moving on to an actual good sale was this Johnny Was floral tunic blouse top, tassels, short sleeve roses, in a women's small. I also found this at the Colorado bins, and it's been sitting in downstairs, and I just needed to get it listed to get through that haul. It was absolutely beautiful. I loved it so much. I had this listed for $75. I got my first offer the next day was $15. And I was like, I'm accepting offers, but I'm not accepting $15 on a beautiful Johnny Was tunic. I think I got a $30 offer that I countered. I think I just declined the $15. I think these were all different people too. It wasn't a single person re-countering me. And then I finally got one for $40. And I was like, you know what? I could use that. I could use that as a boost to my average sales price this week when I'm selling things for $6. I need something on the opposite end of the spectrum. So I accepted it. And I got it at the bins in Colorado. My average cost of goods was $1.94. It was only listed for 2 days, and I made $32.08. Next was this Brandy Melville gray ribbed sweater wool blend knit pullover in a women's small. I accepted a $15.50 offer. It's Brandy Melville. It's bread and butter for me. It always sells. It's not going to sell for much, but it always sells. I also got this at the swap meet. I find quite a bit of Brandy Melville. I think it's the demographic of people that comes to the swap meet in downtown DC. It's kind of at a hipster area. I find quite a bit of it. I grab it because it really does sell. So I had $0 into it. It was listed for 83 days, and I made $11.92. That was when I also got to wear to work a couple times too. Last sales day was Saturday the 18th, and I had 3 sales, 2 on Poshmark and 1 on eBay. First on Poshmark was this Banana Republic skinny fit jeans medium wash stretch denim straight in a women's 12. I accepted a $20 offer. I woke up to this in the morning one day and accepted it. I got these at the bins in Baltimore. It was that same day that I mentioned earlier, I think with the White House Black Market. It was a slow day. I was really trying to find stuff. So I picked these up. I wanted to kind of experiment with Banana Republic jeans. I haven't sold them much, and they sold for $20. Accepted the $20 offer. My average cost of goods that day was $1.39. They were listed for 138 days, and I made $14.61. Next was another Thriftsmith sale, and it was this Toad & Co. blue Henley shirt, long sleeves, 100% organic cotton, and a men's medium. I look through the new racks when I do those Goodwill trips, and this was hanging not on a new rack, but somebody had put it back on the edge of a normal rack. So I saw the Toad & Co. tag, I grabbed it. This is the first time I had sold men's Toad & Co., and I will say, this is only one anecdote, of course. I don't have a lot of data to back this up, but it sold much faster than a lot of times my women's Toad & Co. does. I accepted a $25 offer. I think I had it listed for $35, and I accepted $25. My average cost of goods at Goodwill that day was $4.62. It was listed for 51 days, and I made $15.38. My last sale of the week was on eBay. Not terribly exciting, but it was this Mountain Hardwear navy blue hiking shorts performance wear stretch. These, I accepted a $12 offer. It was another one that I looked at comps, and I was like, some of them sell for higher, but some of them are really selling around this $10 to $15. So maybe I should just get rid of it. They were in fine condition, but they weren't in the best of condition either. So I accepted the $12 offer. I got them at the bins also in Colorado, so my average cost of goods was $1.94. So only listed for 5 days, and I made $10.72. And I moved out shorts in like what's been the coldest week of the year for us. So that just feels kind of good. Okay, let's do a little bit of a recap. So because I know you weren't counting, neither was I. No one should be expected to. My total sales of the week was 27. I had 27 sales on Poshmark and on eBay. I always like comparing who I sold more, like which platform I sold more on, and it is usually Poshmark anytime I do these comparisons. This time, Poshmark, I only had 10 sales the entire week. I had days where I had 0 Poshmark sales. That is very rare for me. Poshmark is still my best platform. Poshmark has been slow. It's picked up a little bit even in the week. This was last week. I'm sitting now in the following week. And it's been rough. The week before this was even worse though. And eBay, I had 17 sales. So eBay has been keeping it steady for me. If you are not yet cross-listing, please consider it. I do use List Perfectly for my cross-listing. And yeah, I'm very glad that I'm listing out. I started as just a Poshmark seller within 6 to 9 months. I then went on eBay. I was also selling on Kidizen at that point. Kidizen is no longer. I'm trying to decide whether I should go on Mercari or whether I should just focus on these 2 platforms. I don't think that the volume of sales I would have on Mercari, based on what I'm seeing from other people, would support the time and energy I need to list on Mercari. But please, I've been meaning to ask you guys, I'm polling the audience, let me know, how are your sales on Mercari? Should I take the plunge? The other options is live selling, whatnot, you know. I'm just not at that point in my life. I think I would enjoy it. I like dialogue. In my real job, I'm working with people all the time. But I don't have the time and the capacity to do it right now with full-time job, kids, gymnastics, swimming, eBay and Poshmark. It's just not going to happen. If I ever was a full-time reseller, I probably would dabble in live selling and see how it goes, see if I like it. So let me know. That was a long tangent. I'm sorry. Should I sell on Mercari or should I not? Should I just focus on eBay and Poshmark because I would then list more and sell more if I focus just on those 2 platforms? Okay, my average sales price for the week was $29.33. I did look at 2024 and I was more commonly in like the 30 to 35 range. But in 22 and 23, I was in like the 25 to 30 range. So I'm still right on target there. I had some lower sales. I didn't have any like killer sales that raised it up either. I think the Tadashi for 75 and the Johnny was for 40 were like my best ones. My total sales revenue for the week was $791.82, and my profit, everything but taxes, was $482.68. 500 is always that like target, like almost the floor of what. If I don't reach that, I'm still a little sad, but I'm not kicking myself too bad. I'm always trying to get above that. So the week before, gosh, I don't have it in front of me. I think it was in the high 300s. So that was a bad week. So getting back up closer to 500, I was pretty happy about that. Okay, that is it for me today. I hope you have been being a bit productive. Maybe you've been listing or photographing. Let me know down below if you've been working on this video and just had me along for a little bit of background noise. That's how I work best. I'm always just playing videos in the background of either resellers or like I watch a lot of like scam commentary, cult stuff, and I'm watching a lot of political podcasts. That's just how I feed my brain. Let me know. I'd be interested to know. But yes, once again, please, if you're not subscribed, give me a subscribe if you are willing. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.